So in this task, we're going to start the detailed grading of our parking lot. Basically what we're going to use is a series of general planes to then elevate the detailed curb and gutter or curb lines on our site. So we're going to start with our finished floor of 455, which we've established from chapter 6. And we're going to start in this front corner over here, and we're going to project this elevation down the curb to the bottom of the curb over to this ridge line along this parking area, where we'll account for our ADA area. So we have to have like a 1.2% through the handicap area, and then a 2% the rest of the way to a low point, and then we'll come back up to a high point. And then the goal will be to put some catch basins in these areas here and elevate the rest of our site and our project. So we're going to create these general planes, and they should extend past and outside of our general parking area, which then we'll detail up later. And we'll work our way around the site in the same format. So what we're going to do is we're going to start using basically the line string, but we need to elevate the building pad. So we've already got our existing ground in here, we've got our data in, we're going to start with our building pad. We actually want to standardize some of this stuff. So I'm going to actually relayer this object. So I'm going to go to edit, and we'll relayer the object. We're going to set this to our design building layer. So we'll come down here to our design building pads. Okay. We'll then run the command again, and we will select our top back of curb for our curb lines that are there, and top back of curb here and top back of curb here, and we'll put those on the top back of curb layer. And then what we're going to do is one more time, and we will select these objects, which is our flow line or our bottom of curb, and we will elevate that, or we will eventually elevate that. So we're going to put that on our curb flow line, be the bottom of curb or the edge of pavement. We'll click OK. Okay, next we're going to take our building pad, and we are going to go to the elevation command, which we can get right from here as well, and we're going to set that to an absolute elevation of 455. Now we can close out or shut off the finished or the original ground, and we just look at the detail here of this. Okay, we can get rid of this piece of text as well. Just get rid of that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start over here, and what we're going to use is a line string. So we're going to go to the CAD ribbon. We're going to create a line string. We're just going to call this paving area plane break lines. Okay. And we're going to put it on a layer as well. So we're going to put this on a layer. We'll create a new layer. We'll call it design dash break lines. We'll set the color to blue. We'll give it some thickness, so let's go ahead and set it to 0.5. We'll protect it, and we'll go ahead and put it in our design layer. We'll click OK. So that's the layer that we're going to create these lines on. We're going to create some general plane break lines that we'll use eventually in our surface. So for our first point, like I said, we're going to start over here at the building. So I'm just going to click on that. It's going to prompt us for the elevation, so we'll go ahead and type it in 455. If I had picked over a little bit more, I probably would have grabbed the elevation there, but we're going to start there, and we're going to go perpendicular to the curb line. So I'm just going to use my right click snap, go perpendicular to segment, and I'm going to pick that curb line. Now for the elevation, we want to go 2% down, so we're going to go negative 2%, and that's going to set the top of curb elevation. Now we actually want to get the bottom of curb elevation at this location. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my edit line string panel, select cancel, and in here I'm just going to put minus 0.5 tab. It does a math calculation for me, and then I'll hit save, and it adjusts that point. I no longer need this point, so what I'm going to do is click over here, and I'm going to delete that. So my new starting point now is the bottom of the curb that's been projected from the finished ground elevation, or the finished floor elevation, to that bottom of curb. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a segment after that point, or that last segment, and we're going to come down and we're going to project over to this point over here. Now we want to get there by going negative 0.12%, right? So we want to make sure that we're ADA compliant in this area. This is our handicap area, so we've got a handicap parking, hatch area or no parking area, and then a handicap parking. So at this location, we're going to set another point. So I'm just going to right click and I'm going to go perpendicular to segment. So I've got parking, or handicap parking, hatch, handicap parking. So I'm going to pick here, and I'm going to get there by going negative 1.2% as well. So you can see I'm just projecting this line down along this ridge line. Now we're going to come down to this point down here, where I'm going to right click, go perpendicular to segment, and we will go down negative 2%. And so we're projecting that down. Now from here we want to go up 2%, but we want to go to the back of this curb over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and go perpendicular to segment, and we'll pick the top back of this curb here. Okay, so it's asking us for our elevation. We're going to go positive 2%. So basically we just came up to that location there. Now we'll start a new line, and we will come from the end of this point here, and we are going to go over to this area over here, because we want to go all the way down. Actually, we're going to only have to go to here, because this we're going to slope back this way so that it drains down in that direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go perpendicular to this flow line here, or the bottom of curb there. So I'm going to right click and go perpendicular to segment. We'll pick this point here, and we're going to go down along this edge negative 1.25, or I'm sorry, negative 1.5%, or 1.2%, negative 1.2%. Let's save. Okay. Then I'm going to work my way down, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to right click and go perpendicular to segment, where I want to go perpendicular to this segment here, and we're going to go down a negative 1.2% again. Right. And then we want to go another one, so I'm going to right click perpendicular to segment, and we're going to go to this one, and that's going to be negative 1.2% as well. Then we're going to go perpendicular to this point. That's going to be negative 2%. And then we're going to go back perpendicular to this point, where we will go positive 2%. And then we will close this out on this point over here, right? So we'll just go to the end point of that. Right. Now if we did that right, and we look at our Explore element, we click here, we got an instantaneous slope of 1.24% from here back up to there. That's fine. It's within above our minimum. Our minimum is 1%, so we're in good shape there. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to continue drawing another segment over here and draw the other half of this. So I'm going to go another new line string, and we're going to go from the building corner here, and we're going to go again perpendicular to the curb, where we will go negative 2%. We will then hit cancel. We will subtract half a foot, and then we will delete that first point. So again, we're setting that same elevation there. Now we're going to add another point, where I will go to the other handicap area on the other side. So I'm going to go to endpoint of this, where we're going to go negative 1.2%. And the same thing, we're going to come down perpendicular. We're only going to go perpendicular to this line here, where we'll go down negative 1.2%. So make sure that we're covering the handicap area. Okay, because our ridge line here, everything's going to go that way, but we want to make sure that this area in here is all 1.2%. We'll create a new one. We're going to start at the end of this line here, and we will go perpendicular to this. We will go negative 1.2% here. And then we're going to work our way down. We're going to go perpendicular to this other point for our low point. So we'll go negative 2%. So we'll go to the next point where we will go perpendicular to this segment here, back up 2%, and then we'll close it over to here. Now, one of the things that we want to take a look at as well is, are we hitting our maximum and minimum slopes? So I'm going to close out of this, and I'm going to go to my Explorer object, pick here, and you can see that I got a 1.14% from here to here. That's fine. If I pick here, I've got a 2% slope going up in there. So it looks like I'm pretty good with my my 1.2%. Now we want to add a couple other lines. So I'm going to create a line string, and I want to go from the end point of this line here to the end point of this line over here. So I'm just going to right click, select end, pick that segment there. We'll create a new one, and I'll come over here, same thing, pick this point here, and I'm going to right click and say endpoint of this line here, which I want to be over in here. Okay, so I'm just going to pick over in the 3D view so that I know that I'm picking that right spot. Same thing here though, is if I close this and we take a look at the Explorer and we look at the instantaneous slope here, I'm at 1.14%, so I'm good. Alright, I don't have to make any adjustments. Everything is within my minimum tolerances, and my general planes is correct. Now I'm going to come over here, I'm going to exaggerate this a little bit so you can kind of see what's happening with my site, my general planes. Okay, so what I can do if I wanted to is start creating the finished design surface here. I still got to come through and elevate the rest of these, so we're going to do that as well. Now I do need to add another high spot over here to get the water, because this is flat in here. So let's add that additional line string. So I'm going to click OK to this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to snap here, and I'm going to snap here. Now that's flat, so I need to put a vertical point or a VPI, and I'm going to use the slope intersection. The distance along the line doesn't really matter, so you can pick anywhere. I'm just going to kind of pick arbitrarily here in the middle. And the incoming slope from this point is going to be a 1%, and then the outgoing slope is going to be a negative 1%. And what that's going to do when I hit save is you can see that it's figured out where that point should be. So if I hit cancel, you can see I just happened to pick it, luckily enough, in that spot, but it should be approximately in the middle. But what it's done is put a high spot in there and figured out where that high spot should be at a 1% coming from this elevation and a 1% coming from that elevation. Now we want to do that along the building as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a building, and what I need to do is just add in some elevation points here. So even though the building is all set to 455, we want to set this corner to 455 so that it's not doesn't have a question mark in there. We'll do the same thing over here. We'll go 455 there. I'll hit save, And then I'm going to come in and add another VPI as well with that slope intersection. So again, I'm just going to pick a point here. We're going to come in at a 1%, and we're going to leave at a negative 1%. So it puts in that high spot there for our building. All right. So we'll continue with the back of this in the next video.